Every Supreme Court term, there are some cases that just capture the public imagination. In this term, one of those cases is the Masterpiece Cakeshop case. A baker who was approached by a gay couple and asked to bake a cake for their wedding declined to do so on the grounds that he had religious objections. When this case first arose, most of the attention it got was because it seemed to be about religious free exercise, religious freedom. But there's this other dimension of the case that I think is going to get most attention, and that is the compelled speech aspect of it, making you say something that you don't really believe. Here are some examples of compelled speech that you might want to think about. Should a Muslim baker be compelled to make a cake that has the picture of the Prophet Muhammad on it, which is sacrilege to be able to make such an image? Should a Jewish baker be compelled to make a pro-Nazi cake? Ugh. We all, I think, would have a visceral reaction against the government making people express that message. It's important to remember that this is not an easy case. This is a difficult case, and those are the cases that get heard by the Supreme Court. There are values on both sides of this case that most people value. On the one hand, a value against discrimination, and on the other hand, the value of not making people attest to beliefs that they don't believe in. What's at stake in this case now, given the fact that gay rights is really the dominant view in the culture, is the right of the dissenting minority who disagree. If this ruling goes for the baker on compelled speech grounds, you're going to see it apply to cases that we've seen before. For example, photographers using their expressive skill set within the context of gay weddings. But you're not going to see it applied to discrimination against people on the basis of sexual orientation who are coming into what's called a place of public accommodation. Any ruling for the baker here would not authorize or not legitimate that type of discrimination in the future. And the court, I think, will be very clear about that should they decide to rule for the baker.